Good day, Mr. Bush.
Howdy, Mrs. Clinton.
As you know, George, I've spent a lot of time in Eastern European countries, and I think there are some advantages to the command system. You might want to call it socialism or communism, but I think command system is a much more correct term, don't you?
We're not Eastern Europe, Hillary. This is America. Call it whatever you want, the command system, socialism, or communism. We don't need any of that around here. We need to allow capitalism to just happen. We call it the market, or free market system.
In a command system, the government owns most of the resources and decisions are made through a central economic plan. Sounds like a good way to conduct business, doesn't it? Since a central planning board, appointed by the government, makes all the economic decisions, everything will flourish more. Equals.
In the market system, we don't need any decisions to be made for us at all. We each make our own decisions. We just follow our self-interest. Sounds like a better system to me, where we're all free to buy, sell, and produce whatever we want. How unfair does it seem to have government tell private owners what to produce?
The government owns most of the business firms. They produce whatever the government requires of them. The Central Planning Board determines the goals and allocates the resources to reach those goals. The division of output between capital goods and consumer goods is centrally decided, so capital goods are allocated among industries according to long-term priorities, hopefully in the country's best interests.
That's silly. America is about ownership. The American dream should be to own your own business. The government shouldn't own firms. The people should. No one needs to decide how much to produce. The market will do that on its own if you let it be free. Industries that overproduce will send excess firms out of business, or they will naturally change industries to one that is unmet demands, while industries that underproduce will provide ripe opportunities for new business owners to step in and start producing for a profit. It's as simple as following self-interest. Business owners will go where the best chance to make money is.
Look, George, this would be like a wise father making all of the economic decisions for his family. He could decide what the best long-term goals are, and then he would tell each member of the family what they should produce, how much they should produce, what their resources would be, and what income they would receive for their efforts. Doesn't that sound ideal?
Hillary, that sounds like hogwash to me. That's too much power in the hands of the government. It's too easy for them to make mistakes and then impossible to fix. If they don't see the problem in the market system, the problems fix themselves. Adam Smith said we were guided by an invisible hand to the best outcomes when we just follow our interests and let things flow naturally, without government intervention.
I will admit that many command economies have allowed some private ownership and some markets, even the great Soviet Union. I'm not sure why. Maybe it is because the laborers had little incentive to do well or to meet goals, since they had no ownership and received no greater benefit if they did well.
There's to be ownership. If two people get paid the same amount, regardless of how much work they do, they're bound to stop working all together. If everyone stops working and still feels entitled to get paid, the government will run out of money to pay people, and everyone will suffer. It's not worth it.
China still has government ownership of resources and capital, although it is starting to utilize free markets. North Korea and Cuba are the last prominent examples of centrally planned economies, although we can also point to the flourishing command economies of Turkmenistan, Laos, Belarus, Libya, Myanmar, and Iran.
Brazil, Kenya, India, United Kingdom, Nicaragua and Peru all use the market system, and they've all led successful economies.
It looks like we aren't going to agree, George, so let's finish out with closing statements.
Very well. Simply put, the market system is the best way because it just lets the economy flow naturally. Nobody is telling anyone what to do. We all just follow our own self-interest. If you want to make money, you find an industry that can support another company and start one there. Consumers are free to buy as much they want of whatever they want, and the market will adjust the supply to accommodate.
The command systems can have problems of coordination, motivation, and product quality and central planning under your leadership. I know I can help make this vision a reality and create a command system for America. Everyone will have more thanks to my leadership and knowledge of how to run this system.